Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. I hope you've got your coffee, your wine, your tea, wherever you are in the world. And I hope you're enjoying this series as well, guys. It's been going down fantastically well, which is really great to see. I love getting that rapport with you guys. It's a massive thing to me, and that's not BS. So thank you so much for your continued support. The Rafinha special clothing is in the the carousel of images in the section below. If you want to check that out, guys, there's a lot of you asking me for merchandise. I made it. It is there for you at a decent price. So, what is going on with the Leeds news this morning? Well, several things are going on. We've got more reactions, but we have got a very stunning transfer claim right at the end of this video, so make sure you stay tuned right till the end. There is stuff throughout this video as well, guys. I've been putting timestamps on it just so you guys can go forward if you haven't got time to focus on a specific thing. But the first thing, Patrick Bamford, forget it. Apparently, Leeds have said he's not moving to Liverpool. The continued interest, guys, I'm really fascinated to get your take on it. I genuinely believe this could be a viable option for Liverpool, and I'm really intrigued to get your guys' thoughts on that. He would fit their profile. We were speaking about this the other day. I got several comments on this, so let me know what you think. But the Daily Star has reported that Bielsa is determined, use the word determined in quote marks, to keep Patrick Bamford. We heard his comments about Alioski earlier on this week about him wanting to keep him. We'll get onto that in a little while. But yeah, huge claims. And I just see, with everything that's going on at Liverpool at the minute, not that we're a Liverpool fan channel or anything like that, but him fitting into that mould, we might have to stave off interests for Liverpool for quite a few of our targets. You look at Calvin Phillips, amid interest from them earlier on in the window, even in the Championship. You look at their midfield problems at this moment in time in terms of renovating their midfield, making their midfield a little bit younger in comparison to a title challenger in City and Chelsea for future seasons. You look at Rafinha, which continues with Liverpool. That whole charade of them getting him continues, and now Patrick Bamford's been thrown into the mix. Let's hope that contract from Bamo has been signed, but I don't think he'll be moving on. And now we move to Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche. The reason I bring up Sean Dyche is because Leeds United face Burnley 12:30 on Saturday. I hope, well, English time anyway. I know there's a lot of people from around the world. As I always say, watch this. It might be 7, it might be 3 in the morning where you are. Sean Dyche, and we'll all remember this. Burnley, to be fair to them, when they played Leeds last time, Leeds were absolutely camped in our box, and nitty-gritty, hard performance from Leeds United to get out of that with a win. It's a very different side of Leeds United. Leeds United, which we hadn't seen. It was the emergence of the defensive, the pragmatic Leeds United, which we know is so successful right at this moment in time. But Dyche, last time out, he said, I had to laugh. Said Leeds had only spent 100 million. We've spent 750k, and he was whinging a little bit about a few referee decisions. So I just took it upon myself to just look at some of the transfers that Burnley have made over the past, sort of 5-6 years that they've been in the Premier League. And there's some that stood out because Dyche is coming out saying we've only spent 750k. Well, Sean, you've been in and out of the Premier League now for the best part of 7 years. Not only that, but our individual players take out this summer window where half of our contingent haven't been available to play because of injury, because of getting used to the system. You forget Rafinha only got used to the system in the new year. But overall, you look at player for player, Burnley have still spent a heck of a lot. You look at the past 5 years, we've got J. Rodriguez here. This is all according to Transfer Market. 10 plus add-ons. Brownhill, 10 plus add-ons. Ben Gibson, 15 plus add-ons. Vidra, 10 plus add-ons. Chris Wood, 15 plus add-ons. Jack Cork, 10. Andre Gray, 15. They paid frigging 5 million for George Boyd. So let's not pretend, Dyche, that you've never had the backing, because you've had the backing completely. Don't get me wrong, you've done a fantastic job, and Burnley, I mean, they're a staple of how to do things, how to work hard, how to absolutely die for the badge with, players that aren't of that top elite level, but they are of that top level. They 100% are. Let's not play Mr. Pauper Mr. Dyche. Anyway, we'll move on. I want to get your guys' opinions on this now. Alioski, Pablo Hernandez, Berardi leaving Leeds United. If that does happen, which I think it will, all three of them, three senior heads out of the dressing room. How would that make you guys feel? Because we've seen it in the past. I mean, we're not comparing the two clubs here and the successes, but Manchester City, Yaya Toure, Vincent Kompany, David Silva, all leaving, all senior heads, and they went through a bit of a transitional period. These three have been absolutely monumental for Leeds United, even in terms of promotion last year, the things they've been through, the things that they've seen at Leeds United. And I think it's going to be a huge miss. You know, you forget when Alioski signed, he came with Samu Saiz. You know, Berardi's been at the club for what, 7-8 years? Pablo's been at the club since Gary Monk's first tenure. Well, his only tenure. But I want to get your opinion on it. Get it in the comment section below. Is it going to be a huge thing? Senior heads leaving? Or is it going to be okay because we've got Dallas Cooper, Ayling, etc. Now, transfer news. PSV winger Noni Madueke. He's a PSV winger. He was once of Tottenham Hotspur, rejected a Tottenham Hotspur contract. It seems nothing goes right for Tottenham at this moment in time, does it? But he's been linked to Leeds. Now. We did something on the rumour mill last year, and this has resurfaced once again, which is great to see, because when rumours resurface, apart from Rodrigo de Paul, sometimes they have foundation. But Dortmund and Leeds are vying for the youngster's signature. I believe he's 21 years of age, and he's actually come out and said, it's nice, it's very nice, amid transfer links with Leicester, Dortmund, Leeds United. So I'm not sure if the report specifically mentioned Leeds United in there, but Noni has come out and said that, you know, I think it's well known that he will be leaving PSV this summer, so that's definitely one to keep an eye on. Chris Wood, as I said, Leeds United are coming up against Burnley this week. And I remember last time Burnley should have apparently had a penalty, all this sort of stuff. Dyche was moaning throughout the entire post-match interview, talking about expenditure, talking about the referee, talking about this, that and the other, which you really wouldn't expect from Dyche. I expect him to be a bit more of a humble person. But like Jurgen Klopp this year, when managers lose, they don't have the decorum, the morality, the ethics of a Marcelo Bielsa. They come out and bitch and moan, don't they, to save their own skin. But Chris Wood has come out and done an interview, I believe, with ESPN, and said about Leeds United overall, they've had a really brilliant season. They've been fantastic. I loved my time there. And it'd be really interesting to see what the reception for Chris Wood would be from Leeds United fans. Would you boo him? Would you boo Charlie Taylor? Let me know in the comment section below. I don't think so. Bygones be bygones and all that. And why? You know, it's a bit, I just feel it's a bit maybe tin pot. If we're booing them, you know, they'd have the service for us. We've moved on. They've moved on. It is what it is. Now we're talking about the Leeds United chat with Patrick Bamford earlier on. Carlton Palmer has come out and said that he seriously believes that Bamford might leave Leeds United this summer. Now, listen, we can all have a laugh. We can all have a laugh at Carlton Palmer coming out and saying something like that. But as I said at the start, guys, I want to know what you think. I want to know if you think Bamford's going to be a serious target for some top clubs this summer. Alan Shearer coming out and lauding him this week as well, saying him and Ollie Watkins have been fantastic and they could be the target for other clubs. What do you think will happen to Patrick Bamford? Because we know, listen, even if he signs a contract, if a club comes in with big money, that contract can be bought out of. It would just be a higher price. Let me know what you think. Would you let Bamford go? Would you not let him go? I personally would not. Now, some great news as well. According to Assist and Analyses, I apologise if I've murdered that pronunciation, Alioski is not going to Galatasaray. Fantastic news. I made a video about 3 months about the history between Leeds and Galatasaray and what it would be like if Özcan went out there, the uproar it would cause. And he's come out and apparently behind the scenes, he has said that he would not go to Galatasaray because of the history between Leeds and that club. But listen, I believe the uproar over the past couple of months has potentially turned his head. I think there's problems as well from Galatasaray's side. Apparently they've got no funds. They've got alternatives to Alioski at a cheaper price. That might be in terms of wages, and that just shows you how much Leeds are going to be paying out potentially in Alioski in the new year. Maybe Alioski knows that he can stay at Leeds. His bonuses, everything is going to increase. But what he does need to know is he's going to be a bench option for the world-class left-back that we do bring in, whomever that may be. Now, the serious transfer chat today. Matthias Cunha. Now, this is an individual who I have heard of. This is an individual who's been making waves this year. Reports have been done on him. Leeds were linked in January. Now, Sport Build, a very, very reputable source, have said that Leeds made an inquiry for Cunha in January. Bielsa expressed a serious interest for him in January, and apparently, as I said, Leeds tried to lay the foundations and tried to get him in January, which is fascinating with Leeds United because we don't do business in January. January business is awful for Leeds. Hark back to Jean-Kevin Augustin. So it's interesting that Leeds were actually wanting to do that business in January, but apparently there was concrete interest. He will be leaving Hertha Berlin. And just to give you guys a little bit of understanding of what this guy is and the versatility, that key, capital V word, versatility. He can play central midfield. He can play attacking left. He can play attacking right. He can play attacking midfield. And he can play as a striker. And you might be thinking, well, Connor, if he's playing central midfield, is he that effective as a striker? We've seen what's happened with Rodrigo when he's played in central midfield. Maybe up front, he's not been as potent when he's come in for Patrick Bamford. Well, here is where I prove all that wrong. For Brazil under 23s this year, he scored 15 goals in 16 games. Whatever level you are at, when you're scoring 15 goals in 16 games, that is unbelievable. Brazil under 23s as well. We're not talking about any mugs here. Transfer Market have said that it will be significantly more than his 15.5 million valuation, which is interesting. Significantly more. I don't buy into that. I think Leeds, if we're going out there putting 25 down, we could get that. It depends what your metric of significantly more is. But yeah, versatile. This year he's played 26 games, had 7 goals and got 4 assists, and that's from every single position. So he's definitely someone who Leeds are in for. In terms of interest-wise, definitely something to keep an eye on there because, as I say, guys, the capital V is the key. And that is versatility. It's early. Chill out. Aaron Ramsdale. Shut up, Connor. Aaron Ramsdale. Yeah, Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale. I'm going to pick him out as a second keeper that Leeds United can bring into the club. First on the team sheet at Bournemouth, first on the team sheet at Sheffield United. Is he going to want to leave those clubs to come sit on the bench? Well, you do get top keepers coming and sitting on the bench for top sides. Is that arrogant? Is that ignorant? Yes, but it's true. You know, we've seen that throughout, haven't we? Look at Bailey Peacock Farrell, Burnley. I'm joking. But, you know, that could be, if the money is on the table from Leeds United, if we are seriously looking into a second goalkeeper, it's going to be difficult to find someone with some serious quality who is willing to sit on the bench. Ramsdale has said that there's no intentions of leaving Sheffield United. What I will say is Ramsdale's in the Yorkshire area. He wouldn't have to move. And we've gone for Sheffield United players before and they've been decent at Leeds United. So that could be something worth looking at. We're going to have to look potentially at the Championship, potentially at the continent. Well, most likely at the continent to go and get a second string goalkeeper that can fill in for Meslier whenever he's not available. And even if the key point with getting someone like Ramsdale, getting someone like Johnston it's to challenge Meslier. If these goalkeepers are better than Elan at stages in the season, and this is what their agents will be telling them, this is what Leeds will be telling them, they can fight with Meslier for that number 1 jersey. That's competition. That is competition. I'm not saying it'll happen because Elan's been absolutely superb, but there has been points this season. I look at Arsenal where potentially some would say that he maybe deserves a little bit of a rest outside the limelight. You know, he needs to get out the limelight. That's when a Johnston, that's when a Ramsdale would come in and either shine or decline, and then we'd have to figure out what happens next. But that's as a top Premier League club, we need to adjust our expectations. We're not going to be getting a League One, a League Two goalkeeper, a veteran, you know, even like a Green or someone like that. It's not going to happen. Leeds are going to have to go, and even if they go to the continent, the player on the continent is going to be very, very good. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a bit more extensive. I've been waffling on, but yeah, as I said, I hope you enjoy it. If you don't like the video, I don't know. Let's try beat 1.1k likes, which is what I got yesterday. I'd massively appreciate that, guys. It just lets me know that you're enjoying exactly what I'm doing when I set my alarm at 6 every morning to come down, do some research and get this rumour mill / Leeds news done for you. Have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.